Jake, what is going on tonight?
I don't know. It looks
Are you
like
cold?
everybody is going and it's crazy tonight.
That's because we're in Q4.
That's what
Welcome, everybody.
what
Thanks for hanging
YouTube is because they're in Q4.
out. This is a Reseller Chat Live. This guy over here, that's Jake.
He's not a reseller.
He's a rebuyer.
Yes.
I think he buys stuff.
I'm a
You
hoarder.
donate it-
Certified.
You donate it back to the thrift store and then you buy it again, right? Because you weren't sure if you should have taken it back.
I sometimes I should.
But no, everybody,
donating.
if you're here for the very first time, please check the links in the description. Subscribe to Jake, and you'll also see our guest because our guest will be here soon. Just because I think there's a lot of excitement going on. I actually have something fun. I was at the gas station before I got onto the channel. You know why? You know why, right? You know why.
Did you get my link, by the way, for that?
I met someone who was wearing a Pfizer shirt, Jake.
A Pfizer shirt.
Because they were one of the test subjects for the new vaccine. She gave me the 411. So that was
so let's hear.
That was a good little chat. We'll talk about it later. It was a good little chat, though.
It's all about politics, man. It's what it is.
No, I mean, she gave me like good info. It was good. Sue's along the way. How is it going? Thanks for hanging out. There's some other shows kind of going on right now. We're totally fine. We'll see people tune in when they can. Jake, how has business been for you, my good sir?
Business has been not bad compared to the stuff that I have listed. I'm good. I'm getting my 2-3 sales a day.
Hey Annie, what's up? We got the Tri Flippers holding down North Carolina. Yeah, man. I've had stuff like rolling in today. I was kind of surprised.
Why? How much you sell today?
I just got a notification.
Oh,
no. Saying that our show was live. Yes, guys. We had a countdown on Instagram.
I didn't even get that note. Did I get that note? Let me see. Yep.
YouTube let me know. No, sales have been good, man. I was talking to Jake earlier this week, everybody, and I was letting him know I finally caught up and listed all those combo units. Yeah, besides, because I haven't listed the damaged ones or, the ones for parts. All the other ones are sold. They're already gone.
Yeah, I'd figure. I was going to ask you how many you have left.
The last two get shipped up out tonight.
Damaged one's going to take a very long time.
No, not if you price them right. I'm like $18.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll take it at that price? I hope so. I have one that has to get listed damaged.
Depending on how rare it is. I mean, I've seen damage for 40.
All right, we'll try it out. See what happens.
Just make sure you put no returns on it.
Yeah. For sure.
What's up? We got Joe Deals. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good tonight. I'm doing pretty good. I got a lot of stuff to pack up after this show.
Why are you packing? There's no shipping tomorrow.
I do it. It's my routine.
I'm taking a vacation night. 12 o'clock, we call it a night. I call it bed.
Isn't that what you did last night?
What did I do last night?
You were talking to me on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. It was 12 o'clock. I went to bed.
I was listing. I was getting work done. And I'm going to do it again tonight.
No, the only time that I stayed up was Saturday night. Stayed up till 4:30 and listed. And then I went to sleep.
No. I'm not doing any more of those nights. But
wait, what time did you go to sleep last night?
Huh?
What time did you go to sleep last night?
1:30. Yeah.
All right, I hear that's reasonable.
1:30. I'm gonna have like dumb good sales this week. I've been letting it build up. So I ran a sale, guys. If you've never done it on eBay, Sunday to Sunday, 20% off. I have 400 and I'm back below 450 again, but I'm right around 450. I put 260 items on sale, 20% off. Jake, here's what's really cool.
Okay, go for it.
Even when people don't buy,
Right.
they still click on it to watch. Do you know how many watchers I have right now?
Why do they? I hate it when people do that. I hate it when people watch and don't buy.
It's
Or don't even
okay.
have an offer. Come on, why are you watching it for that long?
Because I
Probably
can
want to help themselves.
Jake. It's a notification to tell you people are interested in your item.
Yeah, then make me an offer.
I have 87 watchers. So now I get to send out best offers to get some inventory moving. That's what I'm pumped about.
I don't know.
Told you guys, Jake doesn't like to sell stuff. He's like, give him $10 on top of his asking price, or don't send him an offer at all.
I like it when people send me offers. I also like when I get to send out offers. If you noticed, eBay actually has a new feature that I didn't realize. I don't know if I just never realized it or whatnot. But when you click on make an offer,
Yeah,
you could have it made automatically.
you can have it what? Give me money.
You could have the offer made automatically for all the people who are interested. Like I send offers.
Yeah.
So like I click send offer and then let's put $10 in for this one. I'm not going to do it. It has to be less than that. Great. Okay. Let's do for 5 review. Okay. So over here on, I don't know if you could tell. Over there on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's in their newest update.
Right. So you could actually have them send offers automatically, which is pretty cool.
I knew there was a concept you could do that when you set your minimums too. Like I could counter back at people. So that's what sometimes minimums had a button like that for a little while that they tested out. So if I like had an item for 50 and I said lowest offer I would take was like 35, I've had it send that to people. They would say like 20 and it would counter back to them 35.
Interesting.
So I think they tested it for a little while earlier in the year, and now the new one is giving you something that'll set up to keep sending out. There's my lovely wife.
Hey, Brittany.
She pulled all the orders to be packed up tonight. Besides the shoes in here.
How's her transition going?
What transition?
She's not transitioning yet?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We got to pay taxes first, man.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
We have to pay taxes this year, folks. Yes, and we will have an accountant that will give advice that you do not need to take. But we will have a fun accountant on this show.
Oh, we will? Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Well, Jake, you can't take up their whole time.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah.
You can't bring all your books and run your numbers for the whole show.
There's not much in my book, believe it or not.
Yes, there is. Jake, you inventory and write down every single item.
So, doesn't mean that I make a lot of money.
What's up, dude? Big in.
What's up, guys?
They were in Harry Tornado's chat earlier.
Ooh, Harry Tornado had a chat. What? He had a premiere, no?
Yeah, he had a premiere.
They had their own live going.
I know.
I for 2 minutes.
I missed some of Cat's too, because typically, like after 8, we're like getting our son ready for bed, doing all of his bedtime routine, getting him like, asleep, and then if I have to get anything straight, like I usually try to sit down and get ready for the show about. Let's see. If you're watching, it's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mm-hmm. I'm usually getting ready about 9:30, trying to get everything else squared away. So
Josh has to get into the zone.
I do, folks. I take this seriously. Our guest, I can tell you when they started their Instagram. I can tell you what their first posts were. I can tell you how they changed the color scheme of how they did their what sold listings. I can tell you their first YouTube video. I can tell you how awesome that first YouTube video was, and something that I love about their channel. Because I do like to honor our guest. I like to take care of our guests. It's fun.
Hey, Leroy.
Leroy, I should have some
Guys,
electrical work.
our guest is gonna show up eventually. Don't worry.
Our guest is busy doing guest-like things. They're on
He's
demand.
technically doing my job for a much bigger channel with a bigger audience.
And he puts out videos.
Well, okay, so yes, there's a big difference, and he's full time. You know what?
Very true. We're gonna talk about that.
Everything that I'm learning here.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that, Jake. That's what's good.
Yes, we
you're
have to
already
talk
on
about this.
Some of my questions here. You're already on to them.
It's
What's
yeah,
up,
the full-time
Ken?
thing has a big thing in it.
Ken, I had this shirt on. I meant to go change. I was gonna wear my six-headed Moses.
No, we have our guest in. I told her, well, you missed the first 2 seconds that we were talking just now. Our guest is in the middle of his own live. Well, sort of his own. Let's see.
That's what he said. That's why he said don't book back to back.
No, don't book back to back. Oh, it happens. We had to get him somehow.
Well, historically speaking, Kat's awesome. She's always done good. Just like shout out our show. But guys, she's just been getting a lot of people in her lives, and she even admitted it tonight. She says it's hard to say goodbye because so many new people, will jump in. She was at like 87 right at 10 till 10 p.m. and then she jumped up to like 106. So
yeah, so I mean, she can't just drop that.
Mrs. Flips, no more books. Yep. She is. She listed some coats the other night. Annie, she's been helping me pull orders again. It's like, and look, and she knows this. Look how good business has been, dear, since you've come back to help. Like now we're just shipping out a ton of stuff and managed payments like to drop those big paychecks in your account. So thanks so much. Hit that like button. It goes a long way. It does crazy things. You guys should see the unicorn that's sitting over here. It's growing every time you hit the like button. It's pretty amazing. Mississippi Gypsy, I picked up a book for 25 cents. Making it a Halloween decoration, ended up being worth money. Sold it for 17. That is awesome. Is Jake? No, Jake can't leave New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah, because that's where you go thrifting. That's as far south as you go, right?
Yes, pretty much.
Jake, if Jake moved to Virginia, he'd probably fall in love.
When will Jake have time to come down? Forget anything. Again, a big topic of tonight should be the fact that full-time versus part-time.
No. It's just like what we've talked about before, Jake.
Which is?
You weren't in the medical field when you were taking medical classes. You worked hard to get where you wanted to go.
Yes, but I have to tell you that when I was in nursing school, that's all I did with my life. I was out of work, out of everything.
Right. And you worked hard to what? To become a nurse.
Yes.
It wasn't direct results.
Of course it takes but that's my point. My point is the fact that it takes a lot of work. Look at
What's up, Shayla?
You don't think Jake will ever have time. I know that, Leroy. I probably won't. But look at people who do this part-time, except for Kat, obviously, and people who do this full-time. The people who do this full-time dedicate their 9 to 5 literally to thrifting, to listing, and to YouTube.
Hey, Greg, how's it going, buddy? Jake.
Yes.
It's too early for this. Guys, if you're new to this channel, we have an intervention time for Jake. We really do. Hey guys, I wanted to shout this out again. This is a very good friend of mine from my church. She runs like her own. She's just an entrepreneur at her mindset. Jake, this is the person I was telling you about. Shayla started Black Girls Wine, has turned it into this big industry. She's huge on Instagram, guys, and Facebook. She is coming to the vlog world. She is so good. Her personality is so good. She is coming to YouTube to start vlogging. I already know it. So.
Welcome.
And now I hyped her up, so now she's gonna be like, "Uh-oh, now I have to." What's up, New England Pickers? How's it going?
Welcome, guys.
I know you were trying to give him a clip. So Jake, so how did I do this part-time to make it to where my wife could do this full-time? Like how?
So there's a big difference in income when we're talking. When Harry Tornado says he makes a very good income to live and so on, the cost of living for him compared to my cost of living is substantially different.
Oh, Kat, you are all good. I was telling Julian to stay as long as he needed to because I was like, your live was crushing it, Kat. Like that was awesome. And you were so like, you're so humble and do it. Like she was
I'm
like,
surprised you even ended it.
She was like, I hate saying bye. More people are showing up. Like
I'm surprised you even ended it. Why'd you end it?
But yeah. But Jake, why don't you do like the other? I read a stat today. 21% of New Yorkers and move.
Thank you.
I did read the stat today. I was reading stats on New York City and Manhattan specifically.
So you don't understand. I could count like within my community over here, like 5 or 6 friends who are just picking up and leaving already. Besides 4 or 5 that already left.
My cousin, yeah, she's packing up and moving out of Manhattan.
It's such
Then to Miami. I know that's not too close to you, Steve, but guys, all the millionaires through the Hamptons are all moving to Miami. Hopefully during the move, they're going to be dropping off a bunch of donations, people. Just get ready. Get ready.
A closet in New York is like $2,500. Yes, $2,500.
Oh, well.
That's easy. $2,500 is nothing.
Fact check. It was, but no one has paid their rent in the last 6 months. So, well, hey, guys, without further ado, our guest is here. I'm letting them catch their breath because they've got probably a press tour interview after this. This person's on a mission. They're needed everywhere because they're doing incredible work, guys. Can you all welcome Julian, the bearded thrift machine? What's up, man?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Nah, it's all good.
You're all good. You are all good, man. That live was crushing it, guys. If you don't know, Julian co-hosts with Kat, the Nurse Flipper. Before this show, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You kind of jumped in that role a couple months ago, right?
I did. She like asked me to be her co-host, and I was like, I don't know anything, so I guess I can just sit there and like stare off into the wilderness. And she was like, "Yeah, sure, just do that." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good to me."
Is it working?
Co-host. So I do thank Kat for letting me do that.
What was it, the match game or something they were talking about? You're like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. I don't.
And you're like, should I feel bad? I don't know what that is.
A lot of times when I'm looking down, I'm Googling what people are talking about. I know nothing.
Hey, that's honesty, man. That was one thing I was going to compliment on your videos, dude. I love, because I do it too. I mess up a lot. Now, if I royally mess up, I stop myself and laugh at myself. But I love that you keep that stuff in. You were even doing like your the storage shed one, and you were like, "And why'd you record that? I was going to open that." And I was like, I love the rawness of that, man. That just keeps it real. I love that.
We try. We do cut some stuff out, me and Caleb, but
I do too.
We try to keep everything because I really don't know half the stuff that I'm doing. Like just learn. Two
dudes said, "There's the beard." Yeah, it was Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares. I did look it up, and I have seen that show. You guys know what Hollywood Squares is?
I've actually watched it on TV when I was younger.
I did. Now, Julian, you will feel good about this show. You can ask Jake most pop culture references, and he has no idea. No idea.
He knew that one.
He did know that one.
Yeah.
He's an 80-year-old at heart. So.
At heart.
But yeah, man. how's life been for you? Like, how's everything doing? I just saw your big, like, 30,000, I think, in your 90-day total in sales, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's big stuff. And I want people to get to know you. You know, I'll ask you some reselling stuff, but I want them to get to know Julian as a person as well, man.
Should
That's
we
why
do
we
what
do this
Pat
show.
does? Should we put him like big on the screen and tell him to introduce himself to the
No,
world?
don't go big. No, I always tell people go big on Cat Show, but don't go big. I'd like to look at you guys.
But yeah, man,
They're not
introduce
here for
yourself.
us. They're here for you.
Tell them how long you've been doing YouTube, eBay, full time, everything like that. Tell them where you're from, man.
I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I have been doing eBay for about it's really going on a year, probably about 13 months now, like since I first started. And then I quit I had like an actual career for 10 years. I was, set in a career. I could have probably retired in 15 years to 18 years, something like that, and been pretty decent. So I would have been kind of young when I, retired, because I'm only 34 now. So I would have been like 50 or 30, 49, 50, which is, like crazy. But I just couldn't. I was done with that career. Like, I knew deep down, but there's like a big caveat here. I don't have like kids,
right,
or like a family. So there's a big thing there. People are always like, I can't believe, can I do this? So I was like, if you have like 3 kids, you really can't do what I did. I like up and quit one day. It's just me in my house. I have a girlfriend. But other than that, like, it's a little bit different when it's just you.
Right.
You can change it very quickly. You're one man show. So if you want to do something one day, you can do it. Like, there's not much going on there.
That's true.
So if you, and everybody's like, I can't believe you just quit your job. Well, I'm just dealing with myself. So it's not, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, when you have a whole bunch of things going on, it's a pretty big deal to quit your job.
Yeah, you're like, if I fail, it's just on me, okay?
Yeah, just on me. Yeah, and I can go probably get another one. To be honest with you, I could go back into this field. I think it's in demand at this point. Yeah. So I was like, and then YouTube, I think I got on like 7 months ago, and the reason I did is because I learned so much, and I wanted to make connections with everybody, like, to know and to learn and to get to like, because Instagram is also, I learn a lot on YouTube. I learn a ton on Instagram. Yeah. YouTube takes a lot of time, and Instagram is very quick and like to the point. So I do a lot of Instagramming, and I just wanted to like talk to people, learn more, and get to know what they're doing and stuff. And that's the real reason getting on YouTube, and it's going pretty good. Like, I learned a ton of stuff and different ideas.
Somebody said, does Julian hide tools in that huge thick beard?
I probably could. It's getting, this has been I did trim it the other day, but it's been about a year, I think, or less. Did
it feel like you had to keep the beard now that it's part of the name? Like, do you feel like even if it trends out, you're gonna be like, guys, we're gonna edit this? Like,
yeah, that we actually, I'm not
yourself without the beard. I want to see.
Say what? Yeah, I don't know. See, my girlfriend actually made the name up, and I was like, yeah, that's a good name. And then I never thought that, that people would want me on their shows, or like people would follow me. And now I'm like, what happens if I lose my beard? Like, what do I do? Wear a fake one? I don't know.
Yeah. I think you do it. Yeah. Man, that could be such a challenge to like your 1,000 sub mark and stuff. You're like, guys, we go 1,000, it's going Fu Man. Like, and you just lock it for like a live.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I have no idea how that's going to play out with the beard thing, where if it like goes away, or I don't know. I have no idea. Didn't really think that far ahead. I don't really think super far ahead in my life. My
buddy Aaron said, how bad do you hate Clemson?
Not too bad, because they're still a South Carolina state. I will tell you this, that like the Gamecocks, I mean, I root for them, but I mean, come on, guys. Like, when I went to school there, they were good. We were doing work.
You were there with Spurrier?
Steve Spurrier, yep. So now, to be honest with you, I don't even really follow them. I still have the Gamecocks, I'm an alumni, and I still wear Gamecock stuff. But other than that, yeah,
And Jake, do you know who Steve Spurrier is? Ever heard the name? Okay, all right, just
he's pretty good. he was a decent coach.
Good night, Kat.
We did go with him.
Kat,
see you later, Kat. Thank you.
Night, Kat.
Julian, for our show. We got some other fun people in the chat. Yes. But dude, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I was double checking like Instagram. You're killing it, man. I think you're at like 6,000 followers. You do really good on your what sold stuff. I've even seen how you've like changed that and adapted it. And usually in my feed, that's what I'm seeing, man. Your what sold stuff is really, really popping. Love the
I
way you
think-
even advertise your videos, man. You just do a good job. You're like, it's posted. Here it is. Circle.
Here it is.
Go watch it.
I think what really attracted me recently was your storage guy.
Yeah,
Storage
and
guy by
the reason I did that is because number one, I started watching storage units online. I was like, and people always like, if you're not consistent, if you're not, and I still go to thrift stores, I still go to yard sales, I do it all. And I was thinking, why can't I buy a storage locker?
Right.
So I saw one that was decent. I thought $304 was a lot of money for that.
Oh,
right.
no.
It was a guess. Like I had no idea. Like I was kind of scared. I was like, I see like a little bit of stuff here, but we knocked it out of the park. I did try to bid on one today. I thought it went too high. I'm very cheap.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah. So this one went to like $60, and I was like, that's ridiculous. I'm not.
What do you do if you get furniture or mattresses or stuff? I mean, I know you have a truck. I saw your truck.
Right.
Well,
He did
I haven't been bidding on stuff. If I see a storage unit that has a large quantity of furniture, I don't bid on it just because I know right now I can't handle it.
can't move it. Right.
Smart.
Right. Like if I saw ones that are decent ones, I might be able to handle like three big big area, like a couple dressers or something to keep the flip. But other than that, I'm not trying to move that stuff. The reason why I did that one is because if you saw, there was very little furniture.
Right.
Yeah.
There's like one desk. And
Julian, what you're also going to learn in this live, you're going to learn a lot about how much Jake is a fan of reselling. He's asking about this. He's like, yeah, I like that storage unit one. Jake has closets full of dead, like just dead.
Well, ask Julian what I commented on his on his video over there. I said, "There's no way
he had to get through his own.
I have to get to my own stuff before I even think of actually doing something like this."
But the confession is, how bad do you want to go get one, Jake?
Hey, at least I got very badly. I think when I first started, I pitched this to my wife. I was like, "Why don't we try to do a storage auction?" She's like, "I can be down for that." I said, "Now we're talking." And then I ended up with Corona. Well, I didn't end up, but the world ended up with Corona.
Oh man.
Oh well.
Guys, if you need a fan of your videos and your channels, just show sourcing videos to Jake. I'm telling you, he went online auctions. He was buying all of it. The first Goodwill trip after quarantine, he goes IG live with me, and he's like, "All right, what do I get?" Like he just goes nuts, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, wait, I have to buy no matter what. Like when I go to a thrift store, I cannot walk out without something in my hand. I'd be very, very devastated if I walk out with nothing. Like last week, we had the whole conversation with Steve Pick and Roll, stating that I have to look for stuff that are $10 minimum. If I walk into a thrift store and don't walk out with something, I'm gonna be devastated.
Yeah,
literally. Like
it's
this is
bad.
worthless.
It's really
I
bad.
wasted my time.
But dude, this has been really cool. Like I looked on your Instagram, your YouTube and stuff. Like you're kind of right under that year timeline, which is really cool. The only thing I didn't know is when you started eBay and wanted to hear your story a little bit. Your very first video was actually on like, hey, meet this full-time reseller. And I think that was super smart. I was even gonna say I would take that video if you like it, or if like you ever redid it and make, you can make a bumper video for your YouTube channel, dude. Because I'm thinking about recording one for my channel. It's like if any unsubscriber clicks on it, you can be like, hey, my name's this, and I do this full time, part time, blah 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 blah. Because I love the concept that you let people get to know you if they ever took a shot, on your channel. That was super smart, super duper smart, man. I like that. Going through. I like that you also apply stuff as a sponge, man. You hit me up and you asked me about yarn. We talked in, I think, Cat's Live one time. But I've seen you go tools, with the storage unit, you're like, I'm going to look this up. Has there been one thing that going into reselling that you already have that, like, that's in the back of my head, that's already got that knowledge? Like, what kicked it off for you if you walked into a thrift store that you can go pick up instantly and know, like, that's money, I got it?
Like right off the bat, I knew a lot about tools just because I like worked on a lot of things. I was in construction with my dad for a while. I know how to work on cars. So I know name brands of tools. And it was a Harry Tornado. Actually, Leroy is the one that was on his show way back in the day and was like, hey, you can sell tools online. I was like, wait a second. I have that knowledge because I started out with clothing just because it's easy to research. I literally knew very little. Like I'm talking zero, nothing, like nothing. I didn't know the difference between anything, like the difference. I didn't know there was different types of jeans. Like I wore a uniform for 10 years. So like I didn't wear clothing. Like I wore like a uniform. I could tell you a whole bunch of stuff about police stuff, like that. I could tell you like gear, but you don't really find that much gear in a thrift store.
Right.
So
and I think that's a good point too. I think a lot of people go to clothing because unless it's like a mom and pop antique shop, every single commercialized thrift store has 90% of what inside?
Clothing. Yep.
And so if you're overwhelmed, you'll just flip through t-shirts until you find like a sports team.
98%.
And that's exactly what I did. And I went to clothing, and I still sell clothing. I still like jackets and jeans and and all that stuff. But I have switched over once like I opened my horizons to everything. Like again, I saw Leroy, and I was like, wait a second, I know tools. Like I that's one thing I do know. And then when I saw Carolina Hustler talk, he's like, dude, go to golf clubs. You're in Myrtle Beach. And I was like, I used to play golf. Wait a second. I know golf clubs because I used to play. I know at least like the big, the good brand names.
Yeah.
But once I went to golf, I was like, it's over, guys. Like I'm good to go because there's a ton of golf clubs. Not every day I hit something big, but it's pretty good up here.
Same here, believe it or not, with golf clubs. You wouldn't expect it within New York, but every thrift store I hit, they devalue it so much. It's like $2.99, $3.99.
Yeah, it's
the most you're paying for any golf club. The other day, I was telling Josh. I actually showed Josh yesterday. I was driving by it's garbage day outside. Okay, I'm driving to my patients, and I'm looking at like what people have outside. I see these big, two huge containers, blue containers. I don't know what the heck they are. So I'm just passing by slowly. So all right, I'm not stopping for two huge blue containers. I don't know what the heck they are. All of a sudden, the guy right next door has sticks hanging out of his garbage. I'm like, what's that? Look carefully, and I see like the tops of golf clubs. And I look in his garage because his garage is open. He has more golf clubs. I literally short stopped. The woman in back of me honks me and moved around. I take the car in reverse. I get out, put on my mask. I'm like, sir, you like throwing these out? He's like, yeah. I'm like, can I take them? I pulled out like 6 or 7 golf clubs out of the garbage.
Mm-hmm. It was a good iron set.
And the whole works.
Nice.
Oh, it's great. And then the guy starts backing up his car. He's coming out of his driveway. He's like, you going to play? You play or are you going to sell them? I'm like, now this is the real question. This is where I get stomped at. Do you really admit you're going to sell them? Or do you say, no, I play and play along with it? So I just, you know what? I said, let's go for it. Let's see what's going to happen. I said, no, I'm going to sell them. So he looks at me. He's like, all right, good luck. And he backed up and left.
Yep.
You got at least 30 to 40 on each club. I'm like,
that's not bad.
I'm telling you. And we'll touch on that. That's a really good thought, Jake, because I want to touch back on that. Leroy, speaking of Leroy, he said he wants to know your favorite tool to sell.
Mine would probably be any machinist tool, like a caliber or micrometer, just because they sell very quickly and for a lot of money. Brown and Sharp is a huge name that can go for like hundreds of dollars. Obviously, Snap-on is a huge name, but people know that name, so they're going to jack that price up. But a lot of people don't know how much these micrometers go for, and they're very kind of sought after. I don't have any in stock anymore. I got a whole bunch in, and then I was able to find a whole bunch, but they sell within like a week or two. So I like machinist things. They're in demand.
What's a micrometer?
Look it up on the Google.
There's the Google, Jake.
Google. I look up that Hollywood Squares thing. I had no idea.
You have to. But
yeah, my micrometer is just it's a measuring tool for like fine measurements. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm. So you're down in South Carolina, and Jake brought up a good thing because Jake speaks ill about shoes in New York. Because we do know things like are priced high in certain states and better in some. What's your like, not honey hole, but like honey item for South Carolina? So the thing that you're just like, they always underprice this and I make money on it. What's South Carolina's kind of trick to the trade there?
South Carolina is pretty cheap. Like overall, like if you look over through the entire country of things, like I have my sister lives in New York and she tried to get in this and everything's priced very high up there. Like it doesn't matter what it is, I can beat your price in South Carolina.
For sure.
So like shoes are, like Harry Tornado always talks about, like our shoes are $6. My Goodwill has been turning to a little bit more expensive shoes, but they like quickly have stopped that because nobody's buying them. Nobody's going to go into the Goodwill and buy shoes for $20.
Right. And that's smart.
Yeah, they just don't have the setup for it. So like our shoes are cheap. I think they overprice pants for some reason. I think their pants are like $6-7.
$6-7.
Too much. It's too much for a pair of jeans. It's too much.
Button down shirts. We have
$4.50.
I should take out the price list. There's a price list. I went to Goodwill in Lower Manhattan, and I took a picture of the price list.
You were in Lower Manhattan, Jake. What did you expect?
Oh, I found some stuff though. I found golf clubs. Whoa, did I find golf clubs there?
But that's what I'm saying.
Wait till that video comes out.
Because he even asked me. He goes, "Are golf clubs this cheap for you down there?" And
yeah,
I was
$2.99 for golf clubs.
It's like they're hit or miss, but I think that's such a good point because I was like, we technically in Virginia, our shoes are $5.50.
Mm-hmm.
Boots go, I think, $6.50 for here. But same thing, our jeans are $7.50, $8 everywhere.
Yeah, that's a little expensive, right?
All right, here I got the price list here. Let's look at adult cotton t-shirts is $3.99.
What's up, Butterfly Hustles?
Pants non-denim are $7.99 and denim are $10.
That's too much.
Yeah.
All right, that's just the start. Oh, here, winter jackets, heavy coats, $40.
Like any heavy coat? That's ridiculous.
It's a price list.
Yeah, that's too much. I'd have walked out. I'd be like, I can't handle it.
Looks like you're gonna be stick to VHS tapes and golf clubs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here, so he's right. I ain't lying.
That's too small, man. And
I'm backwards, right?
It is.
Oh,
I
well.
think it is.
No.
Oh no! Yeah, you can actually see it.
Yep. All right. So what's $3.99? That's what you're going for, right there.
The cotton t-shirts.
Yep. Go for those.
It's probably gonna be like a Hanes used undershirt.
Hey, yeah. Matt finds good used t-shirts.
Let's see what else I could get to. Kid stuff, and I don't know what it says, miscellaneous.
Jake, that store is perfect for you. It's so detail oriented.
Yeah, that was very detailed.
Yeah,
no, man, but Julian, like for you kind of talked about that. This is you're gonna get Jake fired up here because he's like, yeah, they're full time. I'm part time. He's the spitting image of what you talked about. He's got 3 kids. He's got a job and 2 part time jobs.
2 part-time. No, 1 full time. The other's part time.
Oh,
but the other one I dropped. It wasn't giving me anything. So,
but
the other time I dropped.
Going into full time, what's a daily kind of schedule for you, or average in a week? When you were like, were you into this at all? Like at a part time level when you were with your other career?
A little bit, like probably. I was so done with my other career, like it was ridiculous. Like I was finished. And I was finished for about a year, and I really hung in there for the guys, but it was pretty much bad. And then my girlfriend took me to a Goodwill, and she used to like drag me to these and be like, she'd be looking around buying stuff, and I was like, this is so boring. And she was like, you can make money in here. Just this is how you do it. So I bought a teapot, and I flipped it for $20. And down here in the South, you don't make a lot of money really, like at any career, unless you're like a doctor or something like that.
Right.
And Kayla's in the chat. That's my girlfriend. And she's Southern Pearl Thrift. Yep.
Awesome.
And I flipped a teapot for like $20 or $22. And I was like, that's insane. And I think that was maybe in September or October. And I went to a couple of yard sales and picked up like golf, some golf clubs, but a lot of like electronics and some other things that I just kind of knew, like some video game stuff that didn't go for a whole bunch of money, but I kind of knew what was going on. And I sold them very quickly. And I was like, I think I can do this. I just have to scale it. Like, I get that I won't make a lot of money probably in 6 to 8 months. But if I scale to 20 sales a day or 25 sales a day, even at a $10 net profit in my pocket, I'm doing more than I'm doing in this career. And then like a week later, I was like, I quit. I'm done. So scaling is so important, and buying power. I've noticed that like a buying power, you have to have and you make mistakes. Like I made tons of mistakes, but I buy a lot because I want to learn. Like it's all like educational. Like so if I buy something and I don't know, like I have just bought a ton of watches on shopgoodwill.com. No idea if it's worth anything, but I don't know anything about watches, and I guarantee you, by the time I go through this 12 pounds of watches, I'll know something. Like I don't know.
I started the same way. This is my wife here, Mrs. Flips. She's confessing, guys. I've told some of you the line that she told me. I'd been reselling like antique furniture and stuff like that for a while. I ran a business that was right next to a Goodwill, so I'd go over there. Dude, I had no shame, man. I was running a furniture business. I would go next door, find an art easel for $10, put it in my own store, and sell it for $100 cash. Like I was doing that all day, but I never got into like online sales,
right?
Like Facebook Marketplace, stuff like that. So she's seen me stop, make extra money, stop. So when I started with eBay, I was like, "This is gonna be good," and she was like,
See when that's gonna happen, right?
Okay, And then she literally told me the line where I was like, "No, babe, we're really shipping stuff out." She goes, "Cool, we'll see if you stick with it." And I was like, "You just threw gas on the fire. It's on." And then now she's been like, "Oh, sweet. Like, how much money?" I was like, I think it was solidified for her. She'll correct me in the chat. We went on a vacation this summer to Tampa, and everything was paid for by eBay. So plane tickets, the condo we rented, all the food, all the travel. I literally just took money out of PayPal and I was like, let's go. This is what that little business do. And it wasn't in a braggy way. It was like our goal to say, let's have a vacation that doesn't cost us out of our pocket. Let's really make that a goal. But I think that's super smart, man. You said a keyword, scale. Buying power, so smart. If you're not budgeting how much not just budget how much you're going to spend, but how much you almost need to spend to get inventory. Even at a part-time level, we try to stick around $200 a week that I have to go spend to get inventory.
Interesting.
You have to spend it to like make. If once you stop spending,
you gotta list it though too.
Yeah. That's a crucial part that you have to list it. If you just spend it, actually turns out you'll lose money.
Yeah, Jake.
If you hide it in your closet, it doesn't really make anything.
It ain't hiding. It's out in the open.
Jake did a 3-hour listing live. He started this live talking trash to people. He was like, "That's it. We're listing as soon as
I had to ship."
He goes, "As soon as I get my packages shipped." 3 hours later, he's done shipping. He goes,
"Here we go.
All right, guys, we're getting pretty tired. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up." And I was like, "You didn't list anything." I was like, "Guys, I'm sorry. Jake's not getting off until he lists one item. He has to list one item." But you're very right, Jake, and that's why we did what we did. I bought a lot too, Julian. Like, I came back from I think a online estate sale. My wife's like, "What'd you get?" And I was like, $380 worth of stuff.
Yeah,
She's like,
we
cool.
get everything.
And I was like, I'm learning. I bought box lots. They're awesome.
Yep.
But we made it a goal. We try to pump out about 75 listings a week, part-time, just to compensate because we're doing your algorithm math,
Doing about 5.
But 5 is good. Like, yeah, I mean, if you buy, it depends how much you have in your buying.
I stopped buying. I stopped buying. I mean, yeah, given the fact that I passed by a guy's house and he was giving away golf clubs, but I stopped buying.
There's a good one, Aaron, and that's what we were asking earlier. That's a good one. What's your time investment per day, per week? So, yeah, what's that day look like start to finish for you?
It's a ton. I'll tell you what, before I get into that, YouTube eats up a good bit, like, that does. But if you take that out, I usually wake up I'll like run you through a real short like synopsis of every day.
Yeah.
I don't have pickups on my packages just because I don't like their, they might be like an hour late or something. That's a lot to me because if I have to go thrift. So real quick, a day for me, I get up around like 6 or 7 in the morning, maybe sometimes 5:30 if I have a lot to list. And I start listing until about 9 o'clock in the morning. And if I've already cleaned and had stuff prepped the night before, I can usually do 20 to 30 in that time frame.
Nice.
Depends what I'm listing. So by the time I go to the post office, I've already I think that I always call boosting my eBay store because I've already listed like 20 to 30 very early.
You've given it a lot of activity.
Right. I don't know if that works. In my brain, I think it does.
Yeah.
So then I go to the post office. I drop that off. If I want to go to some thrift stores, I usually hit them up right then until noon. If not, I literally come straight back and start to list again. And I will list until I either run out of stuff or I'm literally tired of listing, which usually comes around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. At this point, I've already had stuff roll in, sales, people asking questions, blah, 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 blah. That takes up some time. And then any type of social media I've done throughout the day, Instagram, YouTube, filming, editing. This will push me all the way into like 6 or 7 in the evening. And then you have to start packing for the next day. And then that will lead you into 7 or 8 or 9. It all depends. And that's really it. Then around 9, then you have to start thinking about the next day, what you want to list. Because I'm finding I don't want to clean shoes at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning. I have got to have that stuff done to list in the morning. So if I want to clean shoes, it's going to be late at night or clean stuff or research. And that's usually my day. I mean, it gets eaten up pretty quickly. Like this stuff takes a lot of time.
Are you making more than you were making at your previous job?
I will tell you this, that I'm really on the brink of it. I'm pretty close.
And like you said, for your first year, you're not doing bad.
No, like if I was to take my first year of being a cop and take it to here, I'm blowing it out of the water. Right. Now, me as a cop at 10 years, being a sergeant, all that time in and stuff.
You lost the pension. You lost the...
Yeah, you got to take all that into that. Is that, no, I'm not to that point yet. I'm pretty close. I'm like nipping at its heels. But I would say it's going to take me another year to probably to get to that point, I would think. But in my mind, and again, it's just
you're building a business.
Yeah, it's because I don't. In my mind, it took me 2 years to what 10 years took me to get in that field. Right. So I'm thinking I'll be out in 10 years. Like in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll have an empire in 10 years. But maybe I don't want an empire. I don't know yet. Still learning. So who knows? But that's my real day of like that's every day, Monday through Friday. Saturday, I usually won't list a lot, and Sundays I usually don't list at all. We go out with the girlfriend and we do church and all that stuff. So
it's a relaxing day and stuff like that. That's smart.
Yep.
It's a good question from Lucky Finds. On heavy items, do you guys offer free returns?
I have a whole thing on this one.
I personally, I don't do free returns on a lot of stuff. I'll refund the buyer if it's something you were talking in Kat's chat, something that was like your fault. Yeah, I had something that was totally my fault. Like even when it's my fault, I tell them to keep it and I still give them all their money back. I'm like, that's me. My bad.
I learned
But
something about this today.
I had a $300 karaoke machine come back, and they had to ship it back to me for $47. I said,
yeah.
"You want to go through it?" And he packaged it nice back to me, better than I sent it to him. But I've kept it in the box because I was like, "Dude, I'm going to ship it right back out this way." There's nothing wrong with it. But no, I actually do not do free returns on my stuff. What about you, Julian?
I do all free returns. Like the thing that was my fault, it was a golf club set, and I said it was a stiff shaft or something. And it's a regular shaft. That was my fault because I didn't know the number correctly. I didn't research it correctly. But I'm gonna want that back, and I'll pay for it. Like I'm gonna want, it's like $135 or $150, and I'll pay for the return because I'm gonna be able to flip it again. I only have like a couple bucks in it at this point.
Right.
So, but like heavy stuff. That's the only one where I'll waver on free returns. Yeah, like if it's super heavy, but shipping doesn't seem. I think my most expensive thing to ship may have been like $20, and if I'm shipping something out that's cost $20 to ship it, it better be worth a lot of money. Like I'm not shipping out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not shipping out something that's like not worth anything that's going to cost me $20 to ship it.
Right.
Yeah, right. So I usually, even if like they try to return, I usually want that item back if it's not worth.
Hey, Lucky Finds, this is Jimmy, Old School Flips. He's a really good guy to talk to. I think he does free returns on all of his stuff.
You know what I just found out regarding free returns? The fact that you could get Top Rated Plus with that. And if you have Top Rated Plus, you get 10% off your final value fees.
Yeah, I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you have to have free returns on everything.
What? No, I think it's only one of the ones. Is it?
No. Well, I was gonna say, Jake, you have to list stuff to be able to turn on free returns.
No, really.
But for real, Jimmy's a really good guy. Jimmy's one of the only people I know that has an eBay liaison. He has a direct line with eBay. I kind of want to I want to fake his voice really good. He loves when I do impressions of, hey, this is Jimmy. Can you take this negative feedback off? Like he went to the eBay Open when they kind of launched that. They were launching all their new stuff, and that was one of the bonuses he got.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, dude, that's really smart. That was really. I want to go back in time just to go to that eBay Open. and get a direct line that talks to a real person.
Yeah.
Jimmy, are you able to use it for other people's accounts? Can we like borrow it?
Just for like a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Bonus free returns, giving partial refunds, no negative feedback, and top rated.
You don't like that, Josh. You don't like partial refunds. I love it.
What?
You've seen it before. You don't agree with partial refunds. You wouldn't offer.
No. I've done partial. And sometimes I had a buyer on a pair of Crocs. She said they didn't fit right. They were like $15. I got them for free. She goes, I'm gonna keep them. Like I think I can give them somebody. Just send me like $8 back. She wanted half. I sent her like $10 back, and I was just like, and here's $5 for your trouble or something. Dude, she left me like the greatest feedback on the face of the planet. And I told her to keep them. Like, I have no problem with partial. What you're talking about is if this can cost me $1 and I sold it for $50, and they said the can was dented, it was old inside, I'm okay giving their $50 back because I actually only lost $1. That's my mentality.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't already have plans for that 50, no, that 50 was still theirs. They didn't like the product. I lost $1. That's why I'm like, cool, I'll do a partial and make them happy. I mean, I'll do a full and make them happy. But if it's something of like, I didn't like the blue of the can, and I'm like, cool, you can go ahead and send me that back. And
yeah, I'm gonna need that can back.
I'm gonna need that back. Like,
I think whenever you ask for it, like I had a buyer recently who sent me an email right away. He's like, item arrived today, damaged. I said, wow, I'm sorry to hear. Do me a favor, send me pictures. How do I do that? I'm like, attached him to this message. So he writes back, all right, I'll do that after 6 p.m.
Never heard from him again.
And I mean, I've done that too. Like, the one I messed up on, I listed a pair of shoes as size 12 and they were size 11. Totally my fault.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am so sorry. They're in Canada. He paid some good shipping to get it to Canada. And I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. But Jake, once again, I'm out $5 on that pair. I'm really to the point of like, hey man, if you could give them away, here's your money back.
I would give him his money back fully and without a refund. Like, I would make him send that back. The only reason I want my golf clubs back is because they're so expensive.
Yeah.
If they were, yeah.
And I've shared it before, guys. That's all shoes over there. That's all unlisted shoes. I'm not hurting on getting that pair of shoes back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not. But yeah. What's Steve say?
Very. How do you do that? Kat said she does that also.
What?
How do you give a partial after you receive it back?
I think it comes down to item condition and stuff.
Yeah.
You're
like
able to select that?
Bought like if they bought like a new, and somebody can, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure if they bought like something brand new and they opened it, you can do like a percentage back because you can't resell it back as new or something. I've done it once on a board game, I think, and it did work. And they never said anything. I don't know if eBay gives them the money back, like full, or I don't know, somebody like
most of the stuff that Pick and Roll at Steve lists and most stuff that Cat lists are used stuff. It's not necessarily.
Yeah, I've never done it on a used item.
It's very how it works.
Yeah, I've only done it on a brand new item. They opened it and then didn't like the board game and sent it back, and I was like, "That's ridiculous." Like, did you lose at the board game and you got upset? I have no idea.
No, because that's the thing. Like, I've had that actually happen with a board game where I guess they were trying to complete their set. I got a board game back and it was missing like one card.
Yeah.
And I was like, somebody sold their completed set and didn't like mine. So that's the kind of thing of like, hey, thanks so much. I'm going to give you a refund, but I'll give you a partial.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I don't know if you knew this, but I inventoried my cards and I was short one.
Yep.
So the Thrifting Goomba says when you issue a refund, you can put in a percentage. My question is if I receive something returned, let's say they basically didn't use it, and I'm not going to give a full refund because they returned it and so on and so forth. So restocking fee of 20%, let's just say. If I end up doing that, are they capable of still giving me a negative feedback? And do I want to risk that?
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
But Jake,
somebody has an answer, I'm sure.
All of this that he's talking about, Julian, see, he doesn't give context. What'd you sell? It was a roller skate, and the wheel was dry rotted and broke off?
How would I know that the rollerblades that I sold had dry rot?
You didn't rollerblade down the street with them?
No, they were looking like they were brand new. I took pictures. I was so excited. I got offers left and right. I made like $70 on it. And I'm like, I got it at an online auction. Great. And so on and so forth. The guy sends me an email next day or two after that. He's like, man, these wheels came apart. I'm like, the thing looked brand new. How the heck did it fall apart? Oh, it could be dry rot. Ugh, give me a break. Dry rot. Where do I know from dry rot?
What's up, Z-Man? What's up, Storage Chasers? Hyphy Gold, what's up?
And he gave me an awesome feedback prior to even complaining. It came in, it looked so well. It looked so good.
Untested.
Hey, give me negative feedback.
And Jake, just think if you had recorded yourself on those rollerblades, you'd have a viral video right now.
You would.
Bro, if I record myself on anything, I apparently have a viral video. And my videos, I'm at 240 subscribers.
Well, this is what's bad, Julian. We were doing our live show, and he had just got this, like, refund request right before the show. And his whole demeanor, the whole show, was just like in the toilet.
That was like our first show. That was like our first.
He's like, I'm not going to send him a refund. Not my fault. It's their fault. And I was like, Jake, just care more about the feedback right now, man.
I got a good feedback. I got a
That's
good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to him actually requesting the return, I declined the return. I told him, I'll give you $20. Can you go and buy new wheels and put them on? He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. I said, good, I'll give you $20. Gave him $20. I get an email about a week or two later, bro, everything, it's all falling apart. I'm like, I'm sorry. He's like, wow, this is my worst experience on eBay. I'm sorry. You already gave me a negative. You already gave me positive feedback.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna take it back. Finished.
Storage Chaser said, Bearded Thrift, is that a Gamecock logo behind you? We're in SC. Stay home, stay home, stay home.
Yeah, that is Gamecock. Gamecock's in my hat. Like I said, I know they're not doing great. I'm still an alumni, so I will still support them, whatever it is that they do. But yeah.
Dude, I'm a Tennessee fan. You don't have to talk about not doing good this year, okay?
Yeah.
We started.
At this point, I'm like, it's a nice metal thing, like sign thing. You can't take that down.
And please, guys, this is Julian, Bearded Thrift Machine. His link is in the description. Go subscribe to him. You want to check out his content. Hit him up on Instagram, guys. He's just going to give you good little bolos, the things that are selling. I mean, and you're widespread. You're honest with it. You're like, this was $10. This was $40. This was,
yeah.
I like that, man. And you keep it diverse with the stuff you're showing, man. That's really good. I was like, because I know channels I can go to get like that niche of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also love when somebody's like 10 items sold is,
10.
Yarn with tennis shoes, a hat, a wrench, and a weird collectible from 1970. Like, I love that kind of stuff, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
And I think sourcing has to do a lot. Like, however you source, like when you buy like a storage unit or like an auction, like you're talking about box lots,
yeah,
you get a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah,
like random things that you have to research and stuff. That's actually what I like the best. Like that storage unit was the most fun I've had in so much. Like going through a whole bunch of things and like finding like little trinkets. I've already made my money back on that. And I still have so much more to list, and so it was definitely a good. I would definitely buy another one. That's for sure.
And it taught you so much too. It made you probably do more research on stuff that you wouldn't have ever looked up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's so cool, man. See, that's good. Storage Chaser said to do the same thing. Yep, they buy storage units and they always get a diverse group of stuff. Yeah. Me too. Like my rule of thumb when I started in February. I knew what I was good at. Shoes was my game. I could go pick those up all the time. I did the same thing. Well, dude, I see T-shirts do pretty good. I just went sports T-shirts. That's all I started selling. I was like, I know sports teams. I know good tags. I'll sell those. But then I started telling myself, learn one, like a retail store, learn one SKU category per month. So I was like, all right, electronics. What sells good in electronics? I just watched video. Cool. I'm going to go after these 5 electronics. I'm going to fail on 3 out of 5, but I learned real quick, don't buy more than this. All right. And then I would pick a new SKU. And I just let myself do that every month until I found stuff that I was passionate about or I knew I could get an abundance of real cheap. Like that was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, this sells great. Guys, that's how I fell into yarn. I was getting it so dirt cheap and I saw that it was moving. And I was like, I only pick up yarn. And people all the time, they're like, well, should I sell more yarn? And I was like, guys, I get it for under like 5 cents. Like, I get it in bulk so cheap that it's worth it for me. It may not be worth it for you, but use your eBay app, go out there and scan labels, look stuff up. And if you got a bunch of in your thrift stores or yard sales or kind of trending in your area, like study it for 30 days. See if you like it. See if it'll sell for you. Like I've just tried to do that this whole year just to figure out what I'm gonna be good at. So
you can be good at it all. That's right. Like I don't know if I ever want to like get just one side. I don't know. Maybe one day. I guess who knows. But I like the whole diverse thing. I like to know a whole bunch, sell a whole bunch. Because everything, like golf clubs, they were hot like a month ago. Well, obviously it's getting colder, so golf clubs they've slowed down considerably. I don't think I've sold one today, which is weird. I mean, I've sold a lot of items today. Not one is a golf club. Sold a lot of hunting stuff today. Hunting obviously hunting's in because it's colder outside. I guess I'm not a hunter, but
I just sold a vintage gun rack.
There you go.
Old ones that go in the back of the pickup trucks.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It was brand new in the package.
You gonna ship that FedEx or USPS?
USPS.
I used FedEx today on a golf bag and saved like a ton of money.
What about UPS? Did you check the rates there also? They
I
started becoming competitive.
Are they competitive? I didn't check.
Right now on eBay, I mean, for me specifically, I've seen competitive prices between UPS and FedEx.
Not for me, man. I just sent out. So I'm doing a DVD VCR combo units. I told Jake the other night I had 7 in my death pile, so I decided to finally list them, and I ended up I priced them up and did free shipping. So I priced them at like $70 a pop, free shipping, and FedEx beat everything. I think UPS was 19, Priority was 21, FedEx was $12.
Yeah, FedEx was pretty cheap today. I mean, I shipped like a golf bag to Kansas or something for.
How'd you pack it?
I bought 12 by 12 by 36 boxes. And this was a bigger golf bag, so it fit in there pretty good. And I just put like air bladders around it. And golf bags are pretty tough. You really gotta that thing. I mean, they gotta hit it hard to really damage that thing, which they could.
U-Haul?
Say what?
Where'd you get the box from?
Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
They were expensive. They were like $4.50 a box. Yeah. But I priced that into the actual amount because when I buy golf clubs, especially at yard sales, a lot of people throw these bags in for like almost free.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, if I buy the whole set, so then I get the golf bag with it. By the time I sell the golf clubs, I'm already so good in the green that the bag is just like an extra. So, so I just priced it in the amount of the bag.
If Dan the Answer Man was in here, he gave me such good insight on golfer mentality, especially higher end golfer mentality.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, golf is like if you're playing basketball for like, let's say a club or a group or something. You cannot show up on the basketball court without the newest pair of Jordans or LeBrons or whatever. Like you can't have last year's model. He says that's what the guys will do on the golf course. So they'll get a perfectly good 1-year used bag. And if there was a new one that came out, you have to show all your golf buddies that you got a new one. So to them, that nice bag is trash now. And it's taking up space in the garage.
Yeah.
That's why, and they'll do that. That's why that guy, Jake, what you saw was his new clubs probably in his garage. And you showed me those irons, man. They were good irons. But he cannot be caught dead on the golf course with those irons. And Dan was telling me that. And I was like, it's really like that. He goes, oh, yeah. Like, you don't want to get, like, picked on because you have last year's clubs. I was like, dang.
Wow.
And they're expensive.
They still sell.
That's right. And the old ones still sell. There's somebody out there still buying the old ones.
There's somebody else that's like, sweet, I got a sweet deal because I don't have.
That's why I was excited to find some at the Lower Manhattan Goodwill. And I get some good ones over there.
Finally golfing weather here in Arizona, but snowbirds are not coming back right now. Yeah, they all moved to Miami.
Yep.
What I've been hearing.
That's what happens. All New Yorkers, all Californians leaving.
Oh man, it's been crazy. But yeah, man, dude, I heard you in Myrtle Beach. I get down there quite a bit, man. Haven't since I started doing eBay and stuff like that, man. But that is a good honey hole for quite a bit of like. I want to say probably clothing probably does pretty good down there too.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of just because you have a whole array of things coming in. I didn't know this obviously, but I mean you have a whole bunch of people like you said moving in from New York and northern, so they come down here. They sell all the high end coats and stuff, and then you have the golfers. That our golf though has really like it used to be pretty good. Like we had a lot of golf courses, but a lot have closed down in the area recently.
Wow,
probably in the last like 5 years we've lost a lot. I don't know the percentage. I don't know, but there's a lot. I mean, there's like one down the street that closed. They're building houses. People are buying golf courses, like developers, to build houses on the golf courses now.
Yeah.
So that's going on, but people are like selling their clubs, so that's a good thing. I mean, it's just like everything is it's such a growing area that it's very easy to find stuff that you're looking for. Tools, A lot of people come down here to like I picked up a whole machinist set from a guy that's from Pennsylvania. Came down to retire. Well, he doesn't need his tools anymore. So you just go in and you can buy like everybody because they somehow I don't know why they move with it though. Like they move down here with it, and then they realize they don't need it. I guess
It's weird.
Yeah,
People are weird.
They'll move it down, and then they're like, "We don't want this in the house," and then boom, it's on Facebook Marketplace for super cheap. There is some competition down here though. That's for sure in my area.
I've seen, man. I've seen. There's a lot of I know Charleston, North Myrtle. I've seen some resellers. I think South Carolina as a whole is producing quite a few people. Yeah,
it's because it's so I think reasonable to live here that you can do this full time and not have to make a ton of money. Like I live in a decent house in a decent neighborhood, and it's very reasonable. Like somebody said, it takes like $2,500 for a closet in Manhattan.
Yeah,
like $2,500, you could have close to a mansion in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Like,
what's your standard rent over there?
I'll tell you because I'm honest about everything. So I have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage in a decent neighborhood, and I have like a mortgage, and it's only $923 a month.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,700 square feet.
Yeah, it's about the same size. Yep.
I'm at $970 a month.
Yep. Yeah.
I have a little over 1 acre, and I have a 5-acre pond in my backyard. So
I want a pond. Wait a second. I don't have a pond. I have a stream. I got like this little ditch thing in the backyard.
How do I find the square footage of my house?
Z-Man, yes, dude. I've been selling a ton of Pokemon cards. I kind of stopped because I'm gonna confess. I don't know why I stopped. I still have a pile of them sitting here on the floor.
I haven't found any.
Well,
I would have picked them up, but did you have those prior, or did you find?
Yeah, I started building a collection with my son. Like he was getting all into it last year. So like, I mean, I have tons of holographics and all that.
Oh,
stuff.
Nice.
But I sold them when they were like peak. Sold a Charizard for 300. Sold a couple Mewtwo's for 80 or 90, and I made my good amount of money on Pokemon. But then I was just like, and I'm bored with that. I want to sell other stuff.
I do that same thing. Like I'll get into one certain item, and then I'm like, I'm done with that item. I want to go to the next item.
Jimmy does good. He's a full-time reseller as well. He had a bulk of Pokemon cards, and he's been selling them off every day. And like he's just got way better patience. Like, but he shows in his what sold videos. He'll go pull 5 or 6 cards a day that sell, and I'm like, Jimmy's a good guy. If you ever talk to him, that has another like regiment system, kind of like what you were saying, Julian. He's got a good system down on like, all right, this is how I got to do it. This is my process. Like thrift store to ship out all that stuff.
Yeah, today's not like a school night for me because I don't have to ship tomorrow because the post office closed. So I'll stay up a little bit later.
Yeah, I got to go to work in the morning. No, I love my job. I really do. That's why we're setting ours up to where my wife actually leaves her job and takes this over full time. So
nice.
I just got to go back to this. I have a 3-bedroom. I have an upstairs, a basement, and a living room, dining room, and a smaller backyard and a driveway, maybe 2-car driveway. I'm paying mortgage right now is averaging about 12 or close to about 2,500.
2,500
a month.
Is that escrowed in with like the insurance up there?
Escrow insurance and
that's a big difference. I mean, just think. I mean, like that's a lot more. Like I only have to flip a certain like a weekend. Usually will be me and you were spending $1,000 on mortgage, so that's a weekend amount of sales if you're really cranking that weekend.
Right.
But for to do 2,500, $3,000, that's a lot.
We also got to keep in mind. I have 2 cars.
Yeah. Yep.
I have I have.
Didn't you just wreck a
3
car?
kids.
Are you okay?
What?
From that? Didn't you just wreck a car?
Oh yeah, I wrecked the car. That cost me about $2,000.
Because he slams on brakes when he sees golf clubs and makes people honk at him.
Yeah.
Yes, I wrecked the car. That cost me $2,000. But besides wrecking the car and costing $2,000, I still have to pay the mechanic. I have tuition. So I'm Jewish. We send our kids to private schools. So tuitions for us.
That's gonna be
Once that, like in middle school, we're talking about $5,000. When you're talking about like that, well, that's preschool, about $5,000 per kid. Then you're hitting when you're hitting first to about 5th grade, average about $10,000. And then when you hit high school, you're looking at closer to $20,000.
Oh my goodness.
This is per year.
See, but this is where I'm a little bit like Kat. I don't sugarcoat Jake stuff. I'm like, Jake, you don't have to. You can move. You can totally move.
It's too much to move because besides the careers that we have in place, my wife does have tenure at a private school right now, and she's getting pretty much a very good salary. Obviously, the salaries that we're getting here is not going to be comparable to anything we're talking about where you guys are living, because the astronomical prices over here compared to astronomical prices anywhere else, it's like total difference. So that plus the fact that my wife's parents are here and they help us out a ton. So I don't think we're going to be
family and stuff. Yeah, you can't.
I mean, if I need a babysitter, I call my father-in-law. Right now, half my inventory is in my father-in-law's basement. So
I was waiting for
the crucial part. You can't move away from that.
No, I can't move my inventory. What am I going to do?
Told you, the guy, I told him he could just update us on his death pile in a video every week and I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Annie asks 2,500. That's it. Yes, Annie, 2,500. That's it. I'm actually in the suburbs. I'm in Staten Island. I'm not in New York. I'm in New York City. I'm in the 5 boroughs, but I'm not in the higher end part of New York. If I was in Brooklyn or so on and so forth, people pay. Look, I could tell you the values of houses where I grew up in Brooklyn, which is half hour away from here, costs about $800,000-$900,000.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the same amount of property. If you look at Manhattan proper, literally the city, yeah, you're walking into even Williamsburg, Brooklyn, like the high-end places, or it's a quote-unquote high-end. You walk in and you're looking at
$2,000 a month. She's got a roommate. They share 820 square feet.
Yeah, they're probably in the city.
Yeah, they're in Manhattan.
They're in the city. I work in Manhattan. I work in Washington Heights. And mind you, Washington Heights is known as Spanish Harlem, which 90% projects and 90% lower income. Do you understand what they're paying there still?
Right.
Even they don't have the money. They're on Section 8 and so on and so forth. They're still looking at, $300, $400, $500, $600 for a legit hole in the wall. And they're getting subsidized by the government a ton.
Jake, all I can tell you is I'm thankful, and I know Julian feels the same way. We're thankful we live where we live.
Yeah, I like where I live. It's good. It's good down here in South Carolina.
Hey, Virginia's pretty good. Our taxes get weird because we're a Commonwealth, but they just find
the tax. I mean, ours are still pretty decent, but the even like you, I don't think if I lived up north, I mean, there's no way to. You would really have to. Number one, you need space to do this type of career job that we're doing. You need a good bit of space to be able to scale to make that payment every month to the house. So you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna need a bigger house to even scale. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a, like, I'm using 2 of my front bedrooms just because it's only me and the dog. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you need a lot of space. Like, I could definitely use a decent sized storage unit or warehouse, and I guarantee you I could fill that up very quickly.
Shed it all the way, man. I've taken over 2 rooms in our house.
Yeah.
And that's why we just pulled the trigger on that, because for what a storage unit was going to cost me, I was like, And the plan was also is that we wanted to build it. It'll have an office space in there with all the storage and all the inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife has the mentality of like leaving the house physically and being able to go in there and work. So
Yeah.
it helps break up that like we get some rooms back.
Yeah.
That'll be really nice. But we were just like going to a storage unit. I know I wouldn't want to go work in a storage unit. I'd go pull stuff and still bring it home. You know? That was the only part for me.
Yeah, my HOA is very kind of strict. I
Mm.
can't have any.
There you go.
And I can't have
They
any
won't
type.
even let you have one that matches.
Mm-mm.
Man,
They basically you can't have one that they can see from the road. Well, that doesn't make any sense because you can see everything from the road. Like I'm such.
Get out of that area.
I can't. I love where it's such a good neighborhood. There's like 10 houses in here.
it's a neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so nice. People, it's so nice. I have like 3 people that like work from home, so you always feel like there's so, you know what I'm saying? It's very safe. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
It's decently safe.
I
It's
moved
decently safe for the world today.
I moved in an older predominant neighborhood, which was great because
Yeah.
all the people around me are retired.
Perfect.
And they dropped the HOA.
Yeah, the HOA is pretty tough. I ain't gonna lie. That's
Yeah, they dropped the HOA because a newer neighborhood, developed right around the corner on the other side of the. I'm right on, where the Chesapeake Bay is.
Yeah.
So it's a giant river, James River, that comes off of that. I'm right on the river. So.
Oh, nice. I actually was born in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're on the other side of the bay, the other end of the bay. Yeah.
Yep.
Baltimore.
Baltimore
has a whole Jewish community out there also. But they have a lot of how do you call a lot of space compared to us. We're on top of each other. We don't have
my like grandparents used to live like right outside the city, but then we lived in Pasadena, Maryland for a long time. But I moved down here when I was like 8. So
all right.
Yeah, I don't know much about up there anymore. So I kind of call myself a Southern, but I'm truly not.
We filled up our storage shed and a bedroom and then the den.
Yeah, it kind of grows. Like it definitely grows.
It grows. It legit grows, especially if you don't list. It just grows.
Yeah.
It grows and grows, and you become a hoarder, and you call it a day.
And
And then you find yourself on the TV show.
And then you start picking up free stuff, which could be even worse because now you just gathering free items.
This is what I do for a living. Can you see in my house?
Jake doesn't know, but I timestamp all those calls. I'm like, so you picked the golf clubs up, you looked the value up. Now we're gonna see how many months go by before you list them.
I have other things that need to get listed.
Yeah,
we all do. We all do. So Julian, serious question, man. You were saying like, I know your brain kind of churns that way because you are so invested in like learning and doing stuff. Where do you want to, let's say even a 3-year plan, man, where do you want to see this scale? Like, do you want to be able to have an employee? Do you want to be able to have like a warehouse space? What do you kind of see as kind of like your goals, man?
One, I'm very like minimalistic type of human. So I don't think that if I had an employee, it would be very like a part-time, but that's not a 3-year plan at all.
Right.
Would be just me. Again, it's just me. So when I say this, just remember I'm only dealing with myself and my girlfriend and the dog.
Right.
I'm going to definitely try to get into a little bit of Amazon, like dabble in Amazon within the next year or 2 to figure out what that's exactly about. Because I'm a big fan. If you buy, like the FBA thing, a little bit hands off. Because my goal is to like travel around the United States.
Nice.
So like start traveling around. So because when you're with eBay, you're kind of locked in. Like I have to be here to ship. I have to be here to list. But when you can do stuff like that, it's a little bit different. But I definitely would want like a space away from the house that all my inventory's in and I can work from. Because when you work from the house, you can get a little bit, you have to be really disciplined and not because you're at your home. So you're like, hey, I can take a nap or something. I don't know.
Netflix just dropped this new show. It's
you know what I'm saying. But I feel like if you go someplace to your actual area, you'll probably work a little bit better, more proficiently, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. So, but I definitely want to get. I have like a amount of money I want to do per day, which would be like 500 in gross sales a day, which would be nice.
Right.
I'm inching closer to that every day.
Nice.
So within like the first 3 years, I want to be hitting that, $500 a day mark. Some days obviously will be 1,000. Hopefully, some days will probably be like 350 or whatever. But I don't really want an employee. I will dabble in Amazon within the next year, like after this fourth quarter is over. But I definitely like these storage units, so I might get into that more.
Right.
I think there could be money in that, and I like the treasure hunt aspect in that.
Yeah.
But if I could start doing different, because right now I'm only doing like one main stream of income, which it's not good. I know that's not good.
Right.
Like, I'm self-aware enough to know that's not good.
Right. If anything crashes, you're stuck. Yeah.
Right. So what I need to do is, that's also a thing within the next couple of years. I need to go ahead and branch out Amazon, different platforms, and figuring out how to make money, in different aspects to bring it all together, basically.
No, dude, and that's so smart, man. I love hearing. That's another big thing about our channel is like we love seeing people that can even if it's a small goal, even if it's like I'm gonna take my listings from 50 a week to 100. I love that stuff. I'm the biggest cheerleader for people that just set something and go after it and chase it, dude. So I love that, man. I love that you're thinking forward. And same time, everybody in the chat, please know if you're just doing this as a hobby. I think he's not in here now. Christopher, Dragon Home Sales, I think is his YouTube handle. He tells me, he's like, I sell on eBay for enough money to take my wife on a date. Like, that's what I love to do. I'm like, bro, that's still a goal. Like, that's a goal. Like, that's good. So I love, man, just hearing people that have good vision. They're chasing after stuff. They have a cool plan. And dude, you're smart, man. You're already figuring the game out. I think you're at how many listings now? 1,400.
I've been trying to get 1,500. That's my goal right now, is to stay at 1,500 through this quarter, through Q4. Over the weekend, I dropped way down at like 1,450. I sold a ton this weekend, but I was able to boost it back up today to 1,502. And then since we've been sitting here, I sold like 3 items, so I'm back below it. But my goal through Q4 is to sustain 1,500 listings on eBay.
Nice. The whole time, Jake's over here looking up property in Myrtle Beach, asking if it's orthodox. So here's your new thing. You just have a new source partner. He won't sell anything, but he'll go buy it for you.
Hey, and that's perfect because I'll buy it from you for like a couple bucks more than you bought it for if it's good product.
Exactly.
And boom, that's perfect for me. I don't have to leave. I don't even like to go out, to be honest with you. You just bring it to the house. Be good
How
to
much
go.
are we talking here?
I
know cost of living goes down. So how much are we talking still?
I usually if my mom's out or something, or somebody's out, out in the thrift store, if they pick something up decent, I'll give them about $3 to $4 what they paid over it. Yep. Because she picked up like a pair of $100 shoes the other day, and she's like, I got them for $6. I said, Ma, I give you 20.
I'll take it.
Yeah, bring them over. She's like, okay. So she brought them over. I listed 3 days later. I made like $100.
So good. That is so good, man. And that's the thing. It's smart. Finding those kind of connections. And I know we're joking, Jake, because I know pulling you out of New York's like pulling teeth, man. But it's so good.
It's not necessarily like pulling me. I would leave. It's my wife.
I have a vintage t-shirt guy. He's my t-shirt dude. Like, he loves them. He knows them in and out. He knows tags, sleeves. He could spot a sweatshirt across the room and know the year. Like, he's just good. And he'll let me even keep stuff. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna sell this on my, I picked this up at a yard sale. I ain't telling you nothing about it. But he goes and finds good high-end Nike Air Maxes, Jordans. And so he'll go find me. He called me. I was working on the shed. I was getting all the stuff for the shed. He goes, I'm at a yard sale. This lady's got a basket of Nikes, like 15 pair. He goes, what do you want me to do on it? I said, dude, offer her $60. Like, tell her $60. I said, I'll walk away at 75. You know what to do. And I'll do the same thing. I'll FaceTime him and I'm like, hey man, I just found these 5 vintage band tees. He's like, pick them up. I got you. I know you're getting them at Goodwill. They're $2.50 a piece. I'll give you $50. He's just like, pick them up. Just go ahead and grab them. But it's cool to network that to where I always have somebody hunting for me, knowing what I like, and I'm doing the same thing if I'm out and about. So.
Oh yeah. And like I said, I don't mind. I actually don't. A lot of people are like, like I don't like to list, and people do that. But I actually don't mind just putting headphones on and listing for like 7 or 8 hours. I can handle that.
If
I
only,
if I didn't have to leave my house, I have already, like my other career, I had to be out there a lot doing stuff, and and I was like, I'm done with that. If I could just,
I'm literally doing that.
Yeah, if I could just gather all this stuff here and have it shipped to my house, I would just list it and ship it. I'm pretty happy. Like other than storage units, I have to say that was super fun.
Right, you don't like going out. You see, I think the good thing that I love about my job right now, besides that, I'm not in a hospital. I'm not like Kat who's stuck in the hospital and so
right.
I'm in my car. My car's my office. I'm driving to patient to patient to patient to patient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know being a cop is a totally different ball game and so on and so forth.
Really.
But like when you're driving, you're just dealing with other people, and you're interacting, and you're just out there. Like I get to be outside. I don't like being indoors pops. I've done computer jobs. I've done sitting by the computer all day, and I just get exhausted from it. It's like, at least this way, I get exhausted, but I'm at least moving around and doing.
Yeah, and you're right, being in a car actually isn't that bad, because I was, we're in a car. If you do the same thing, you're in a car for 12 hours a day, I'm presuming, 13 hours a day.
It's about.
Yeah, and it's really actually, I hate it because where I used to work, I used to work in a bigger agency, then I went to a smaller agency. I was in a 2 square mile area, so I could only go 2 miles for 12 hours. So you would just circle your town for 12 hours, and you would take your calls and do whatever it is that I did, as but I mean, I was like, dude, this is insanity. Like, I can't handle it anymore. Like, if I could drive, I would actually leave and go for like a 2-mile drive up the road. And I was like, whoo, I feel liberated. This is amazing. I feel like I've traveled around the world. So, but being in a car isn't that bad. Like, it's because you said it's like your own little office. It's, it's not like being stuck inside. That's not bad.
Yeah.
See, storage chasers, I hear what you're saying, because they're looking at that. I think Julian's got a good plan. I think if Julian could find a buyer that he could trust, let's say you paid somebody part-time to just go to this yard sale and look for these
guy. I mean, everybody finds their guy.
I think Julian could make his content just doing a storage auction, just buying a storage unit and just going like, I'm going to film this.
Yeah, that was great content. I love the one that he put out already.
Right. And then, dude, if you could just stay back, wait for them to bring stuff to you and list it and just crunch it, man. Just crush it.
Because people can handle their own tolerance for things that people can. And I have a decent tolerance of listing things. I don't mind that. Shipping is kind of like, it is what it is.
I like the shipping part of the listing.
Do you see? That's funny. I like the listing rather than the shipping.
Jake, I don't like your shipping. I don't know how you like your shipping.
Why?
You did 3 hours worth and you only shipped out 8 things.
Yeah, because I was sitting and talking to you guys for 8 hours. What do you want from my life?
Because I shipped out 10 things in that same live and I'd listed 15 things.
So I'm sorry, I can't multitask.
No, man, but you're right. Everybody's got their weird niche.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife is more of a task-oriented person. I love sourcing. I love it. I want to get out there and find everything and get the good buys.
Oh yeah,
I just don't want to do anything else. I just want to buy.
Just want to buy. See, and I need to meet somebody like you down here where you can go buy good product, and I'll give you a decent amount of money because I don't have to go out and drive around. That's a lot of time.
We got to work something out. We got either you coming to New York or I'm coming to you. But
I got family up there. I know people in New York.
But he's not
going to them. Let them take it. You can hold on to it, sell it. Let them ship it. You know what? I'll even ship it for you.
We might be able to work something out here. We might be in contact.
We're working something out.
Jake's going to have pallets coming down from New York.
We got an 18-wheeler heading down that way for you.
Jake's sneaky. He's gonna learn. He's finding really good stuff. He's like, yeah, Julian, you can bid on it on high bid. I've got it listed on there. You and everybody else in the world could try to get it.
That's right. But I'm really rooting for you. I'm rooting for you to win it.
Yeah, I'll extend it 30 more seconds. In case you went to the bathroom, I want to make sure you can get there.
I always
That's right.
wondered if I left that ghost face mask and if eBay gave a possibility for whoever's bidding and added an extra 10 seconds or 30 seconds to the bid every time they bid up. Why not?
He's going to do this the rest of his life. How much did you pay for the mask, Jake?
$5.
How much did you get?
$405.
And he's still mad that he didn't get 700. He's still bitter that it
is it worth 700.
There are still comps at 8 and 7, at 8 and 9. There were.
It had to be the right buyer.
Yeah, 4 is really good. That's really good.
No, but
I found for $5 each at 75 a piece.
He's gonna think about this till next Halloween. That's what he's gonna do. I know.
Is that the one with the little like stamp underneath the chin or whatever? Yeah. I think I saw that. Yeah, that's impressive. I never found nothing like that.
I went looking, man.
People are looking all over for it. I literally got lucky. It was literally my wife tells me, I'll meet you at the Bronx Zoo because I was coming off of work. I said, fine, no problem. She was running late. She's like, just go to the thrift store and meet me at the Bronx Zoo right after. I said, fine. Now, like, I have 20 minutes, a half hour. Let me stop. So I found the thrift store in the area. It was a huge store, and the prices were outrageous. Like, because you're talking about the Bronx, you're talking about a store that's for profit, and they obviously know what they're doing, sort of. When it came to the masks, I was just literally walking out of the store and I saw them placing them down. And I remember, like, didn't people talk about didn't like Troy from Mountain Men mention something about like masks? I said, let me grab all of these. They're staring at me. I just grabbed them all. I went to a corner that I found. They're just like staring. They're like thinking that I'm gonna just take them and run out because I'm sure they get it all the time. So I went inside and I'm like searching. I can't find anything. I don't know what to search for. So I said, $15. I'll take a hit. Why not? Well, let's try it out. So I left the store and I'm like, Troy, what do you think? Is this going to be worth it? He's like, I have to research it. I'm not sure. It could be worth $20, $30. I spent the night researching and I'm like, Troy, I think I hit the jackpot.
Well, Jake, you also hit up 15 other people.
When?
That night.
Oh yeah, for sure. I hit you up. I hit Josh. I hit Josh Harry Tornado up. I hit Cat up. I hit everybody up. Cat was my entry into getting worth point. Troy was giving me information throughout the whole thing on what we're going to be doing. I actually hit up part-time pickers. I went all over the place just to get everybody's opinion. How do I get rid of this thing? This thing is worth money. What do I do?
So if you hit me up, I'd have been like, I'll give you $50 cash for it
right now.
I never thought about it.
And I'll pay shipping down to South Carolina.
I'm telling you, man, he was all over the place. He goes, all right, Josh, it's going up for auction. Do I start at 99? I'm like, no, started at like 350. Like, what are you doing?
I started high.
I started at 100.
Did you really?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gutsy. I would have bought it for 100.
Wait, so here's the catch. It went up for 100. Troy decided he wants to upbid it. So he upbidded it to like 400. It went up within hours to over $1,000. And then people just started dropping.
Yeah, they started retracting bids.
It retracted all the way down to about 250. And I was getting depressed. I'm like, holy smokes, this is gonna go for $250. Like, what an idiot. Like, am I gonna cancel it? My wife's just, Jake, you'll be fine. If we get 500, you'll be good. If you get 400, you paid $5 for it. So
yeah.
You know what? You're right. Let me work it. So let me just stay with it. So I stayed with it, and I made an Instagram of me. Like I said, I have to go to work. Let me go to work. I went to work, and then I said, all right, let's see what it went up for. That's it. Let's do it. And I was happy. I put on Instagram my reaction. I said $400. You know, I paid $5. It's great.
Yep,
that's good.
Yeah, the other
before we wrap up, dude, like, do you have any questions for Jake or myself, man? Do you always want to answer whatever questions you may have?
You can't really ask me anything. I don't know more than you.
I don't know anything. And I have no questions because I have no idea.
And I know I don't want
How
to
long have you? Hold on, Josh. How long have you been reselling for? You said just since February, or did you do part time before that?
going to eBay, so going exclusively like online. Yeah, February 1st, man. February 1st, grabbed 5 things out of the closet and took pictures on the ugly carpet.
You said you had a furniture store before this. Do you still have that, or is that gone?
No. I'm a full-time pastor now.
Okay.
Been doing that for about 6 years, and I ran a furniture business right when my wife and I got married. Dude, I was a born flipper, man. I was buying blow pops at the grocery store, selling them to kids on the school bus. Like, that's just been in my DNA. But I didn't get serious. I would sell stuff on eBay for friends. But February, we'll back it up. You said September, which was a cool moment. September is when I started watching Part-Time Pickers, Harry Tornado, September of 2019. September through January, I was like, I can do this. I just started getting knowledge, and I was like, people are really buying this kind of stuff online. I was like, I know I can do this. I wanted to start with no capital in. I was just like, nope, find stuff around the house that I've seen in their videos, take photos, list it for sale, build that feedback. They were like, it's really important. Let it go for a dumb deal, but get feedback. And I did that in February, and then we were February, March, April. My goal was to have 3,000 sold in the first 90 days, and I hit that, and I was like, all right, we could do this. Let's start putting money into it. And April 1 is when I started YouTube and was like, now I have at least 10% knowledge of what I'm doing. I'll start having fun with people on YouTube. So, yeah, that's been my journey, man. It's just been this year.
With the feedbacks, it's funny because I did the same thing. When did you, because I was giving really good deals with, to get feedback and everything. When did you stop? Like, what positive feedback? Was it like 100 or 500 when you were like, you know what, guys, my feedback is doing pretty good. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Because I was giving
100's always a good number. My biggest fear happened to me on a deal. I got negative feedback because a person didn't like what the product did. Okay. It was a new product. It was Raid flypaper. Okay. And he got a dumb deal on it because I had bought like huge retail arbitrage. I think I bought like 12 cases of them. So, dude, I was selling them left and right. No negative feedback. This guy didn't ask for a refund. He left negative feedback to say it didn't catch flies. And so I'm like, now I was mad at eBay. I was like, eBay, look at this. This is a product review, was it on time? Was it shipped properly? Was it not damaged? And they're like, sorry, he's justifying this. That's the moment that I stopped caring because it still went on as a negative feedback, dropped me to 99.7. I was so ticked. And then I sold, I think, 17 items the next day.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't need to do this to gain it. If I treat people good, I'll send deals when I look at something. And I'm like, oh, it's got a watcher. I've had it for 90 days. Yeah, I'll give him a deal. I'm ready to move it, But I stopped focusing on it to where now I think I'm a little over 400. I'll do something every once in a while to wow somebody. Right. Because I think it is. I'm just like you, dude. I think there's weird little algorithm fairies that are watching what we do. And I do want to trip the system a little bit to go like, hey, I'm taking care of this person, Right. I want their comment to be something besides, item received on time, fast shipping, that default one you get.
Right.
I want it to be specific, I want their experience to be good. But yeah, of course, I made that goal of like 100, but it was actually just when I got something negative, and then I realized there was nothing I could do about it. But B, it didn't slow my store down. And I was just like, I'm still top rated. Cool. I have to wait a year for it to drop off. Yay. But
does it drop off in a year?
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh.
So I was just kind of like, now I just make sure I leave good feedback for people. Another huge thing that I do that I don't know if a lot of people do. It was Dan. It was the chopsticks. It was Dan. I don't know about you guys. I buy a lot off of eBay.
Yeah.
I buy a ton off of eBay.
I only buy my supplies off of eBay. Everything else is off of Amazon. Sorry, guys.
Not just supplies. I pairs of Hokas, dude. When I started finding Hokas and seeing how much they were worth, dude, I was finding people that were selling Hokas for like $10 a pair.
Really?
I'm wearing a pair. Well, not right now, but I have a pair that I wear around the house that, dude, I straight bought off of eBay. I'm like, I go and
eBay
find,
arbitrage.
but it helps out because then you have seller and buyer feedback, which is good. It definitely helps as well.
Yeah, I think it was like 100 or 150. I was like, you know what, guys? Like, I've been giving stuff away for like the last 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I have to start making some money. So
my thing that I did, it was funny. You said it earlier, talking about scale. So I concentrated on mostly $20, $25 sales for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of stocked up items that I'd found that were like, let's say the $200, $300 items. So then I started listing one of those a week because I wanted it to interrupt my sales randomly. Now I moved up to, not now, probably about 3 months ago, I moved up to $40 and $50 sales. So I brought my average per profit per item from about $10 to $19.
That's pretty big.
Old stuff. Now I'm listing $75, $80 stuff because I've built up an inventory of 10, 20, 40, 50, 70, 80. So now I can ship out less and still bring in more money. So
yeah, and I've noticed that I've been trying to do that too. In the beginning, it's hard because
it is.
Because number one, I didn't know what I was looking for, and two, I needed some, like, I didn't want to spend a lot of money in the beginning because I was like still unsure about myself. But now if you buy it for 10 or 12, you can flip it for 80. That's pretty good. In the beginning, I would be like, I'm not spending $12 on that because that's a lot of money to me. So, but no, definitely, like, I know some of my Instagrams, like, pictures of stacks, like, I'll be like, I did good today, and there's like 7 packages. Well, one of those packages was worth like a ton of money.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'll pick one that has 30, and I'm like, didn't do that well today. And people were like, dude, you have 30 packages. And I was like, dude, they're like $7 items.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like I always tell you that it's not the size of which, I mean, I can show 30 packages through a weekend or 50 packages, but one of the it might be $5 sockets or something.
It's so true, and it's why I've steered away from that. I started early on. I was doing the package ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, there could be a dude who bought a pallet of what are those KitchenAid hand mixers. He could be selling 3 of those a week, making $600 while I'm sending out my porch of 10 boxes for $100.
Yep.
I'm like, you can't always judge it by that. I think unless it encourages you, I would say go ahead and do it, man. But please don't run your business based on comparison. Yes, get goals from people, but don't think you suck because you didn't have 20 items go out.
Like, I can't compare myself to you who is full-time and me who is part-time, or quote-unquote part-time, as much part-time as I am, because obviously our circumstances are very different.
That's right. 100%. I just like to see, like, when I see pictures of big, items going out, or a lot of people saying, oh, I sold this many. I just like to see that there's that much buying on eBay, or there's that much buying online, which means I can get a piece of it. So if there's still if I see, because I'm looking at people selling, I think I followed one person that sold, like, I want to say 347 items this weekend. And I was like, well, if they're selling 347, that means I can sell 347. So I kind of just use that as a drive to be like, okay, I'm not really comparing because I don't know what they're selling, but there's that much drive in this e-commerce business that there's got to be a ton of money in it. I mean, even when I'm just
hugely,
so much.
And you think Q4 is predicted to be like 40% higher than it's ever been because of what we're going through. And that's even next year. Let's say everything clears up. 20% of the people, if we give them good experiences, they're coming back. So even more are still going to be back next year.
Yeah, I think it's going to go nothing but up. I mean, I think we all are at a very good time to just scale right up. We're already, I think, in the a lot of people have done this before us, but I'm telling you, the people that just came in, there's a whole bunch of new people. Oh, I've been in for a year. It's like it's the best time to get into it. I mean, there's so much more that we can do that's going to grow, and you can grow it as big as you want, or
as small as you want.
As small as you want.
Yep. You set the pace.
You could still be shipping 1 to 2 items a day, like me,
and loving it. You could be like, I love shipping, because my girlfriend, if she's still in here, she ships maybe like 1 or 2 a day, and a couple a week, and she loves it because she just she just enjoys the part time of it.
Now, the one disclaimer I will give to everybody: find your Instagram buddy that you can vent and complain to, but don't complain if you're not doing good, or the same thing of just like, oh, I always sell 50 items, I only sold 10. Like, do that confidentially. Don't complain in live chats and videos, and it's okay. We're all gonna have those weird days where you're just like, where did everything go? Like, it's okay. And like Jake, you do a really good job at this. You were stumped when you sold like 8 or 9 items, because I think you run your business to do really good at 3 or 4 items sold a day, because that's good for your pace. Now, what would be terrible is when you're just like, well, I'm only selling 3 or 4 items a day. Dude, you just showed you wouldn't be able to handle 10 items a day.
I could tell you that I'm afraid to scale up, because I know that with the days that I don't have sales, I'm actually excited. I think you think I'm crazy. I'm excited because I get to list.
He's an addicted buyer, people.
I get to sit and list.
That is true.
If I'm not selling anything, then you know what? Fine. Today I didn't sell anything. Great. Let me spend that night, instead of shipping, let me spend the time listing.
But yeah, that's such a good point, though, man. It's like, looking at that, I tell people that all the time. Pick a few people, because that'll be one of my last questions for you. Pick a few people that inspire you, that drive, whether you're competitive or you just need fresh ideas, whether that's your YouTube content or just stuff to go find. Like, that's why I tune into people, not to compare my business to them, but to go, they're going to make me do better at my business. That's why I do it. For you, man, what are some of those go-to reseller knowledge channels that you're kind of digging right now?
Except for Kat.
I was gonna say, I got to shout out to Dirk Flipper. I do watch. I used to watch a lot of the Part-Time Picker, but I haven't really watched a lot of him lately, because he had a lot of those different just things, and then he's the one that got in. I watched Terry Tornado, then I got into like Leroy with the tools, and I have to say right now I have been super busy. I have been watching a lot of Carolina Hustler. Whenever he posts one, I usually catch on. 2 dudes picking. He has, he picked up a whole bunch of good things. I have been like shooting at the littler channel, like the smaller channels, like the Harry Tornadoes or the Part-Time Pickers. I haven't gonna
get anything.
Yeah, I've been watching because they're still showing like what they're buying on a daily basis. So and they're really still tuned into that. And I don't really have like a favorite that I go to. I will, because I list a lot. I sit at home, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I might play one of yours or one of Cats or one, and I just literally go around, and then when I'm done with that, I watch my other YouTube people that have nothing to do with reselling.
That's my follow-up question. What's your go-to channel? Because you can ask Jake. I love getting people's thought process. All right, so reselling's out the window. Who are you watching? YouTube.
Oh, I got two. One big one that I always watch. Actually, I got 3 that I always watch. One is it's the same guy. One I watch Demolition Ranch, and one I watch Off the Ranch.
Off the Ranch, baby.
Yeah, Matt Carricker. He's top of the line, dude. Love him to death. He's a good guy. I don't even know him. I feel like I know him, so I'm watching for like forever.
Think about that El Cromino.
Yeah, it's good. I don't mind it. I do miss the gold van, but the El Cromino's not bad. I can't wait to see. I just like to watch his what he's doing. He's building like an empire on his own terms. He's doing a good job.
That's it.
And then I watch 2 younger guys called the Goon Squad.
Yeah.
They build cars. Well, now they're building their own house, and I've watched them when they were like really maybe 10,000, 100,000 subscribers. They're well in the millions. Like,
yeah, 2.28 million.
yeah, Goon Squad.
I'm going out over here.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're hustlers. They're a good family unit. Their dad's always helping them out. They're just they're two brothers, and they just really have a good work ethic. And that's what I actually enjoy watching. It's not so much what they're doing.
Right.
They're just two hustlers
All right, so
that work every day.
subbed and let's see what they're about.
I love Off the Ranch, Matt, because of what you just said. His innovation to business, just business savvy innovation. I'm going to get into this field. I'm going to learn this. The guy started as a veterinarian. Come on now, people. Like, if you watch the history of what he's doing, he's probably got 6 revenue streams right now.
Oh yeah,
But Yakov, you would like him just for how good he edits his videos, man, and his editing skills. His editing skills are top notch, dude. Like, I love the way that he can make the most boring 3 minutes incredible in a video.
He does some boring stuff, right? But he makes it look like it keeps your attention. Like, he'll do like he just posted one where he was like grading a road to Demolition Ranch, like filling in potholes.
The Demolition Ranch tour.
I was like, this is so interesting, and I was like, he's just running a Bobcat. It's not that interesting,
dude. He's painting that car chrome with chrome spray paint, and he makes it a 3-minute music video. And I'm watching the whole.
Really, that's what it is. Paint job is stupid cool.
No, I'm telling you, when you get in, you gotta watch a couple of his videos. When you get into it, you'll realize why he has so many.
Yeah, you have to just see his personality and how he's innovative. He's smart, but his YouTube quality is really good.
Mm-hmm.
His quality is good.
Yeah.
No, that's good, dude. I like that, and I like that you're passionate, because I think it's good for all of us to unplug a little bit and just get some entertainment value and inspiration value. I think that's smart, man.
Yeah, they're smart. They're definitely my 3 that I watch. Then my girlfriend, if she's still in here, she watches Emma Chamberlain, and it's a female young
female that us guys don't know about.
But I'll tell you what, she has a coffee company, and I'm probably gonna buy some of her coffee. But she's got millions and millions and millions of followers, and I didn't like her when I first watched her. Now she's there. Kayla's laughing because it's pretty. She's decent. Like, she just like, it's her editing. There's something about how people can edit something that catches your.
And that's, I think, what we're all striving to figure out. How to edit that video specifically so we could get the people to watch.
So me and my wife, we actually watch Off the Ranch on the phone while we eat dinner.
Yeah, it has something to do with their editing. How do you strive to do it? Because what Emma does is not, she like will be in her kitchen and she cooked something, right? But you watched it because her editing was choppy and like it was just something. She can edit films.
It triggers the brain.
Yeah, something, and not what they're doing. It's not even what they're saying. It's like a visual, like editing plus music plus zoom plus like some sort of weird motion. They figured it out. That's why they're good.
They're really good. They're making really good money doing it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't figured it out. I don't know.
Last question for you, Julian. Question we ask everybody, man, because we like to know where your brain is.
Question he asks everybody, and good luck with it.
Jake hates the question because he hates his answer now that he hears everybody else's answer. Because I asked him first. One thing, okay, we're in a crazy world, but one thing that you could put in every sale, this could be literal or figurative, doesn't matter. What's one thing that you wish you could put in every single sale? So every single package that goes out that makes the world a better place or makes that person's world a little bit better. Like, what could you seal up in every single sale to make the world a better place?
It has to. You said like it doesn't have to be real.
It could be an emotion. It could be a feeling. It could be a tangible item. Doesn't matter.
Just if I could package up, because like I use again, you have to like 10 years of just bad, just little evilness that I had to deal with. If I could just seal up like happiness, like just a glimpse.
That's good.
Of like being happy for just whatever that package was or something, just a little bit of like relief or like happiness. That's what I would want to seal up.
See, Jake's mad. He said money. Mine was a smile. Like literally, I see like the Harry Potter imagery of the envelope opening and a smile comes out. Like, just because if it makes them smile, it could change someone's day, man. That's a good answer. I like that. We've had an array. Every single guest has actually told us something unique and different. It's really cool. So that's really cool, man. Guys, once again, guys, give a shout out to Julian. Please go and subscribe if you haven't already. Go check him out. What's some stuff they can look forward to on the pipeline as far as YouTube, man?
I ain't gonna lie, kind of like I've been listing a lot, so I don't have a lot going on. But I try to buy some. I have a huge the big watch lot coming in. I got like 12 pounds of something coming in. So I'll unbox that. I don't know what it is.
I got to see that unboxing. I'm very excited about that one.
It should be coming in the next couple of days. And then I got a couple of what solds coming out. That's about it. When you list a lot, you kind of the YouTube is hard. Nobody wants to watch me list. I don't have the editing skills to make that look good yet.
To make it look interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty boring. It's me just taking pictures in my little room. So.
Talk to Harry Tornado. He gets about 700 people watching him to do it.
Yeah, I might get like 4.
Jake, when you have 60,000, it's not hard to get 700.
Yeah, he's got a lot of followers. He does good though. I like his videos. He does good.
He's studied, guys. If you haven't picked up that book, YouTube Secrets, I do audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good books. It really gives you 10 practical things, and it says literally like pick one and work on it. I've started applying that to what I'm doing. It's slowly paying off. I'm doing it the organic way, but dude, I like that, man. Good stuff to look out for you, Julian. Thanks for hanging out on the show, man.
Thanks for having me. It's been really fun.
Pulling the double duty tonight. Man, that's fun. I had to do that one time. We had to do this show, and I was on Cats as a guest, and then had to jump in and do it. I was just like, yay, where's my brain at? But yeah. Big shout out. Thanks for your girlfriend hanging out. My wife stayed up, which she's going to be tired tomorrow.
My wife's out cold.
Ken.
Yeah, Kayla's actually at work right now. She works at a hospital night shift, so she's actually working.
Is she a nurse?
She does some sort of something. She does something.
That really important thing that you can't say right now.
She does something super important that she works night shift in a room by herself.
It's super, guys. We have to end the live before he can discuss these matters.
Yeah, it's like top
protection. Okay.
EKG.
Oh, she's an EKG. There you go.
There we go.
And if you know what that means, that's what she does, people. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, everybody.
It's so important. It only has 3 letters.
I'm going to leave all my medical questions out for right now.
Everybody have a good one. This is the way I end my videos, but for real, everybody go out there, change the world, one sale, one smile at a time. Thanks for hanging out once again. Tune in, subscribe to Jake, subscribe to Julian. Go show these guys some love. Have a great night, everybody. Have a fun one.
See you guys.
See you soon.